So as you can tell, we're in Las Vegas at the Palms Casino Hotel. We're here to celebrate a young lady's birthday, a big one with Scotch 80 Prime, dinner and drinks. This is one of the hottest spots on the strip. First class all the way. Great casino, great restaurants. The rooms are beautiful. So come on by. We're gonna go into Scotch 80 Prime, have some dinner. This is Wine by the Bay TV. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of Wine by the Bay TV. I'm your host, George Bachara. So obviously, as we said before, we're in Las Vegas. We're going to dinner to celebrate Megan's big birthday to Scotch 80 Prime. That's right here in the heart of Las Vegas on the strip at the Palms Casino Hotel. Palms Casino Hotel is one of the swankiest, one of the coolest hotels you're going to find on the strip, while not being too crazy price-wise. The casino itself is nice and bright and airy, lots of fun. And of course they have other great restaurants like Mabel's Barbecue by one of my favorites from the Food Network, Chef Michael Symon. So we're here, as I said, to celebrate Megan's birthday. We got to treat the MVP like a VIP. First class all the way, so here we go. So you're looking at the bar area over there. This place is really fun. It's super nice and modern. Obviously, everything was done fairly recently. Really classy, but also really bright, not too dark and like brooding like some restaurants are, especially in the casinos. That's the wine room. As you can see, they have quite a selection of wines, and we'll get into that a little bit more when we look at the wine list. And that's our beautifully set table with a nice white tablecloth. So we got right into the menu after we settled up on the drinks. We want to make sure to make our selections before we select a wine. This menu is dominated by steak, a lot of Wagyu beef over here, but obviously there's some seafood choices, some really great appetizers, soups and salads. So it was a tough call, but we try to keep it as light as possible on the appetizers so we could really get into the rich stuff on the main course. And we'll go into what we had, but as you can see, there's an excellent selection of steaks. Kobe beef, Wagyu beef, traditional steak offerings as well. Some steaks to share, sides, sauces that you can add, little accompaniments to the steaks. And of course they have some non-steak appetizers, lots of seafood. Everything looked really good in the pictures. This restaurant got, I think, 4.8 stars on Yelp and very high reviews on other review sites as well. We've got two sparkling wines. One of them is a Tattinger's. I believe it's the Brut. I don't remember what the rosé was. I dropped the ball on the menu, so I don't remember which one was which, unfortunately. However, that is the beet and chèvre cheese salad. That was phenomenal, very light, very tasty. You know, sometimes beets can be a little bit much, and that goat cheese was killer. That is awesome right there. That's the Rainbow Terradito with bluefin tuna. It has pickled papaya, jackfruit leche de tigre, awesome. And that right there is the steak tartare. It's done with a radish, ponzu, and some crispy rice. It's awesome too. As you can tell, it didn't last very long. I mean, we crushed those appetizers and we were not full, which was great. That's the wine. I chose a Spanish wine because, as you'll see in just a moment, the wine list was ample, but there were a lot of big wines in terms of pricing on there, which were very interesting. But I wanted to go Spanish because it's the road less traveled and you get good value out of Spain and great wine as well. So we went to Rioja and we picked out a really great wine from 2010, so it had some good age on it. It's the Finca Iscorta. Gran Reserva 2010, and again, if you see that symbol and you've watched our channel before, then you know what that means. That means Gran Reserva is the highest tier of Spanish wine. It's aged for a minimum of 5 years, over 2 years in barrel, and then 2 years in the bottle before it's released. So this is really smooth, really elegant wine, and you can tell by the cork, and you're about to see the wine itself. Look at the color. I mean, the color tells you everything. It's a 14-year-old wine. It's not super opaque. It's got a little browning, bricking, whatever you want to call it. It's really nice color. And you can see in the glass as we zoom in, it's got a lot of viscosity considering its age. I mean, it's not a heavy wine to drink, but it definitely has some good cherry flavor. Very mature, very smooth. All the flavors line up and it's going to go great with our selection of steak that we chose. So this is a perfect wine. So I'm going to give you a look at the wine list here. I'm not going to narrate everything, but I want you to kind of look and see if you see any of your favorites, maybe some stuff that you have always had, some stuff that you wanted to try and never had the chance. They have great wines from, of course, California, from Italy, from Spain, Argentina, South America, and other parts of the world. Everything is represented here, so feast your eyes. Looking at the steak, obviously we ordered the Porterhouse for 2. Granted, that would be the Porterhouse for 1 if it was just me, but it's the missus' birthday. I mean, I can't eat the food without Megan. That would not be cool, but I could definitely crush that by myself. But that steak was awesome, and I thought you might enjoy seeing how they serve it table side. They'll carve it up right on the guerdon and then lay it out on a plate for you. Filet on one side, New York on the other, perfectly carved. Look at the cook on that. We ordered a charred medium rare. Sorry, we ordered a charred rare, I believe. And boy, did it come out great. Look at the color on that bone. He cuts it perfectly. I mean, I don't know what else to say except yum, and I would like one right now. And while he finishes carving the steak, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell icon, that way you can be notified every time we drop a new episode of Wine by the Bay TV, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think of this video. All right, you're looking at the table over there. That's the steak fully presented. We did a couple of sides. We did the sauteed mushrooms and we did the hash browns, but the hash browns came with like a melted cheese sauce that we did on the side. I highly recommend that because the hash browns were really delicious on their own. They had lots of herbs in there. And that's the completed steak after we killed it. All right, so forgive this little section right here. I tried to do like a little on-site kind of thing, but it didn't work out because of the background noise. But let me just tell you right now, this was an excellent meal. The food was really great. Steak was executed perfectly. You could have cut it with a butter knife. The wine paired perfectly with that steak. Plenty of cherry flavor, excellent just, body, not overpowering because we have the New York on the filet side. So this was really a good meal. The only thing I will say is that we had a kind of a rough start, and that was due to a little bit of a weird situation with how they handled the tables. They were bussing tables for people that weren't coming, so that was a bad execution error. But once we got going, everything was really, really good. So I would say I would recommend this place. I mean, it's a great hotel, so even if you're not staying there, you should absolutely go and eat there. All right, so now we're on everyone's favorite part, the dessert. And this was a disaster as usual. This is a graham cracker ice cream s'mores invention, deconstructed, lit on fire. It was Megan's birthday, as we said, so happy birthday, Megan. You sent me down the trail once again. All right, so that's the bill. Obviously, not cheap, but you're in a fancy restaurant, in a fancy hotel in Las Vegas. So don't forget to tip your server. Go to Scotch 80 Prime. Hang out on the Strip in Las Vegas. You're at the Palms Casino, for God's sakes. Go have a good time, have a drink, and while you're at it, like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Don't forget to watch the next video.